everybody. I'm Alan Blasco, president of the Kansas Music Hall of Fame, and I'm hanging backstage at Knuckleheads with Miss Samantha Fish, who is the 2019 Bill Lee Award winner for the Kansas Music Hall of Fame. And we had to catch her when we could because she's on the road all the time. Rumor has it you're on the road over 300 days a year. I mean, that's a lot. I got to ask you, how do you prepare and maintain that kind of energy and stamina for life on the road?
Sheer desire. I mean, really, you have to just want to be out there in the first place to do it, because it is, it's a huge commitment, and I mean, that's all we're out here to do. I mean, we're players. Like, my band's a bunch of players. I'm a player. So we want to do every day, is just a chore to get to the stage, which is where, that's what I love to do. So, but for actual physical things I do, I mean, you just try to sleep and drink water, take naps, just try and stay healthy as best as possible.
You started singing and playing guitar at a very young age here in Kansas City, and all of us saw you growing up, and we knew that we were seeing something special, a great talent in the making, and we saw you evolve over the years, and we knew that you would go beyond the environs of Kansas City and make it big, and you haven't disappointed. And now your style has evolved and your sound over the years, but it's distinctively Samantha Fish. But we know it's everything you do is based in the blues. You can hear that. I want to ask you, were there any special influences that you had growing up musically? And was there ever an aha moment when you were younger where you just kind of put it all together and said, hey, I want to sing and play for the rest of my life?
Definitely. I'd say my aha moment came probably when I was 18 years old. I think at that point I was still in high school and I was looking to go to college for something, some degree. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I was always playing music. It just seemed like it was really a far-fetched thing. It didn't seem very practical. I don't know why. But I went to a yard party at grade camp. I know, it was a yardie, the classic Kansas yardie. And it was a trio called Greg, Rick, and Tom were playing, and Greg Camp, Rick Yord, and Tom Hall, and they let me get up and play. I played Greg's guitar, and it was my first time ever playing in front of people, and I was so scared, but it was sort of like quick and forced, so I probably never would have gotten on stage had it not been for this like quick forced moment. But it was such an exhilarating rush, and I was like, oh, I want to do this, this is so cool. And that's when I started like making that my mission to play music. I started playing music around Kansas City, going to open jams, sitting in with other local bands, and just figuring out my instrument, figuring out what to do with my voice, and I put a band together, and that was it. Early influences kind of, I think we just listened to the radio so much. I was all into classic rock, like Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Yeah, I was into, the Rolling Stones. I probably knew every song on any station on the radio for the longest time. But I got into blues. I think I really fell in love with like the northern Mississippi sounds, like Arl Burnside, Junior Kimbrough, because that kind of cemented that rock and roll thing that I really love, like that careless, raw, edgy thing. And that to me was like, oh, this is the blues I like.
Finally, what is in the immediate future, 2019, for Samantha Fish? What's coming up?
I have a lot going on this next year. I mean, besides the Endless Tour, the tour that never ends. I know we're going to the UK, which is really exciting. Going back to the UK, I think I'm going to Australia. I think I'm doing some big festivals this year around the US. So yeah, traveling around, doing the thing. I got an album coming out. Yep. Got an album coming out. Not exactly sure the release date yet, but we're still finishing it with Ruf Records, so that's a big deal. That's my first album with them. I started a record label last year. My first artist I produced and put out, a guy named Jonathan Long. We put out a record on him. It's doing really great. I'm going into the studio when I get home, starting 2019, with another production, a guy named Nicholas David. So, you know, trying to be a producer and all these other things. It's fun. I'm busy.
This is going to be shown April 13th at the induction ceremony. So you want to say anything to your fans in the audience?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for the support over the years. I mean, my growing up in Kansas City was really instrumental in just being an inspiration. And there's constantly music going on. You know, I really credit Kansas City a lot to what I'm doing now, where I'm at now. I probably wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for Kansas City, and the city just supported me since I was really young, a teenager, and you know, thank you. And I'm honored to receive this, and I appreciate it, and I will continue making music for you guys.
Thank you.
I'm gonna show